Acres. I'm Kim. I'm a little late. We have had the stomach bug. I think we now have strep, so my voice might not handle this. I am going to do a quick homestead tour. We have been on the property for a full year now, and sometimes you just gotta get back to work. One of the biggest changes is the pig. He's a recent development if you haven't seen. I'll link a bunch of videos below. My daughter isn't as scared of him anymore. He's growing pretty big. He thinks I'm bringing him a treat because I practically bring him something to eat every time I come out. I don't have anything for you right now. He's very friendly. And we're about to move, so we'll try to leave his shelter right where it is. We'll push the pin back and we'll just scooch him over. I know you're drooling because you think I have food. I don't. I'm sorry. Animals are funny, right? But of course, we were getting used to us, so we were feeding him a lot. And pigs. Greedy pigs, right? There's a reason they're called that. So we pretty well just let this area grow up. We're not using it right now, and there's no reason to kill off all those flowers. The bees love them, so we're going good. Back over here, my poor container garden. Like I said, we have been sick, like so dizzy I couldn't walk sick. So I'm gonna have to come back. And I think the only thing surviving back here is my sweet potatoes, and they desperately need water. This thing, I really want it to go to seed. I don't know if it's going to. It's been 90s forever. But I need to get containers covered because we use soil from our property. I think my rose died. It's not totally dead. I'll water it and fertilize it and weed it. Because you put weeds in my flowers, man. And then hopefully we'll save it. But I've just been too sick to come out. And my husband can't do everything. He was focused on the strawberries. And prep correctly. It's one thing for like an annual spot to just keep going, but we're also having the same struggles with our strawberries. Because we were just like, oh, our Amish neighbors said they'll totally send people our way. Cool, let's get started. Slow down. Calm down, don't get too excited. Because that's definitely what we did. Nothing too much other here than just change the building. Thank you for peeing in my shot, Lizzie. Back here, we haven't changed a whole awful lot. We had taken off this, which I showed in a homestead tour months ago. And then this is still kind of a storage area, although it's been scraped out. And this little shed next door is simply a garden shed. We still have stuff we need to take out to the trash. We've had issues with our trash guy. I have containers that I need to organize, but it is looking fairly nice in here. Ish organized. With little kids, with being sick, it has been a struggle, especially keeping up with weeding. Even my front beds, which were landscaped fairly correctly, they've gotten cockroaches in them. We did take the cockroaches out. They actually had aphids all over, and we had an ant problem for a little while, so it was like, all right, the cockroaches, which we didn't want in there anyway, be burned, and then had the bug man come out and do an ant treatment right up next to the house. But you can see the weeds, although it's also been super hot and super dry. So, oh, this is all, we're gonna pull out the lilies, and we're actually gonna put those down by the road. And then the rest of this will get rocked, because that will help naturally keep ants from living in this area, which is where they're living. this tree still hasn't got taken out, and that's because the septic tank is right there. And it's one of the things we don't want to break the septic tank. And we keep talking about how we're going to take it out, and we got a hold of a tree company, and they haven't got a hold of us again. So then back here we've got the garden. I'm not going to go out to the orchard, just simply I can't today. And I don't know how long until we get better. We go to the doctor today and see what's actually going on, and you can hear it in my voice, like I'm actually probably going to lose my voice, but I also can't abandon you guys for 2 or 3 weeks. Be honest about our weed struggles. In the big patch, we're to the point where if we till it, most of those weeds will be gone, and you'll see the strawberries again, because we have weeded the mounds, but we haven't weeded the rows, and we're just going to till those under. Because it's easy to see here in these last 2 rows where it's like there's quite a straight line of something. This row, once again, between will make a huge difference. And then I did weed the other day, and it just feels like it has popped up like crazy. I was like, I just weeded right before I got sick, after the kids had kind of started feeling better. And you can see those last 2 rows we haven't had anything in anyway, and how much those weeds have popped up. Which doesn't help, because then they put out seed and then makes it worse. Carbs. And I think that after this, and I feel actually better, that is exactly what I'm going to do. The deer come in and eat a bunch of our strawberry tops, and the weeds went psycho. Because of course when there's cover, the weeds are less likely to take over, and they were pretty well full. Like you can see how many leaves this would have had, and they ate them. And now the weeds are just going crazy. Drive me crazy. So I'll weed really well, hopefully in the next couple days, and then the strawberry should take back over. But it is so frustrating. So over here, once again, totally overrun by weeds. Fully well aware. I also haven't weeded because we have been sick for about a month. Not that I weeded 0, but when you have puking kids, weeding is just not a priority. So some of that is my husband didn't till it because he didn't know where the butternut squash was, which if you come over here, you can then see it's lower. Although it got attacked by the vine borers. But then you can see one butternut squash. See another one there, another one there. There's a really weird shaped zucchini down here. Oh, bumblebee. I get rashes, bad rashes from bee stings, so I do be careful, but I don't ever have respiratory reactions, or never have. I got tomato plants here. They're hard to see, but they're there. They're growing. They've got little tomatoes on them. And then my sunflowers, they're doing okay. There's some pollinators flying on them, it looks like. And then those pumpkins are doing better than these pumpkins. So I should come weed and fertilize when we feel better. It's hard to get it to focus because it's windy. It is ready, it is ready. It's about to rain. I'm like watering stuff and it's like, oh, rain is actually coming. We don't tend to believe it until it actually happens. The trellis, my beans, they're looking just as sad as everything else though as far as weeds go. Sweet corn. Honestly, I don't know if I had birds come and eat stuff or what, but my poor sweet corn. Okra's doing okay. Peppers. And then the peppers are coming along. Now there's quite a few tomatoes. Come over here. Yeah. Yeah, opa melon. That's what we call cantaloupe. There's another weird shaped opa melon over there.
They were ready too.
Well, it's not ready. It's growing. It is weird shaped though.
Yeah. Hagen, they're ready. What?
Whoa, buddy. It's tight between these cattle panels. My yellow brandywines are getting
That one's almost ready.
better. They were my last to actually set fruit. Purples are still red, slightly rotting. I don't know about them. It's just so hot. Everything's splitting because we're getting no rain and I'm, you know, with being sick, struggling to water.
Mom, can I tell you what Aspen did? Mom, can I tell you what Aspen did?
My daughter kissed the melon. Aspen, did you kiss the melon? Did you kiss it? Okay. Confirmed. Not what type of tomato in the cages here are, but they're definitely not Abe Lincoln, because here's my Abe Lincoln. And they like totally destroyed this one, which granted it was weak. It had like a broken piece, I think, but it's got the cage totally leaning because the fruits are so heavy. They're nice and big. Here's my hand in comparison to that one, compared to one that's ready to be harvested here. They're huge.
Are you ready?
Current where we're at, I typically would go to the other parts of the property and show them off. I am not well enough to do that. And I'm getting tired now. So I'm going to get off of here. Hey guys, out of that patch there's poison ivy. Over in our the tree line over here is poison ivy. We're cleaning it up, but it takes time. The neighbors' peacocks are going crazy. So I'm gonna go get some more green tea with honey and chill out. Thanks for being with us today. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button. If you want to follow along, subscribe. And I will be praying for you all. God bless.